The project that I'm going to show you now is unbuilt for two reasons. First, it was not realized, which is, I think, the rule of the game this afternoon, but also because it's not about construction, it's about excavation. And the project was about how to give a new life to Jinan mine. Jinan is in the Shandong, it's in China. And I will start by introducing very quickly our company, Architecturestudio. No, not working. Yes, okay, now it works, so I have to remain here. Okay, so this is my partner. So the specialities, what is special about our company, Architecturestudio, is we are 13 partner architects and we design the project jointly. It means we like very much exchanging ideas, sometimes fighting to get the best idea. And we think that architecture is about that. It's not a dream that you have only inside yourself. You have to share it and it has to become public at a certain point. Sorry, so this one, now I get it. So this collective conception led us to all these places in the world. We are very active. We are very active in China, in the Middle East, of course, in Europe. We are based in Paris, and in Africa more recently. And we have offices in Paris, Shanghai, Zug in Switzerland, and also in Abidjan very recently in Africa. Our company is around currently 170 architects among all these offices. So this international experience has provided us with a plural understanding of the world. As you can see here, we have worked on several projects in the world that are cultural projects, institutional projects like the European Parliament of Strasbourg, and some others that are, for instance, in Mecca. We did the initial master plan of what become Masar Mecca in Saudi Arabia. We have a future-oriented approach, very environmentally conscious, and we like very much where we work in a place to work with the available material in this place, be it wood or earth or rammed earth sometimes, like in this market in Togo, in Africa. We like doing complex projects, and thanks to the European Parliament of Strasbourg, we have great expertise in concert halls, in hospitals as well, which are very, very complex projects. And we really like using existing building also, because we think that in places like Europe, we have constructed already. We have several available spaces, and time is to give a new life to all these existing places, be it from the heritage or from the 20th century. Our field of expertise ranges from tourism and leisure to residential, to healthcare, hospital, cultural building, and city making. So in order not to be too very long, I will start directly introducing Jinan, which is the capital of the Shandong in China. Jinan, we started our work in Jinan by winning a competition that is constructed. This is Jinan. You can see how the cities in China are. You have a mix of some existing low-rise structure, which are sometimes being upgraded. And also you have skyscraper in some areas. So it's really a patchwork of several ages of development. So in Jinan, we started our experience in designing a cultural and mixed-use center close to the rapid rail that will link it very quickly to Beijing and some other cities. So here you can see this area that was developed close to the West Shandong railway station. And our project was about this 500,000 square meter of cultural buildings. We have 3 different cultural buildings in this. And then this was the second phase under construction now, almost completed, with hotel, shopping center, and offices. So this is the first phase built. And this is internal spaces relying on a very nice public realm inside, a night view that we have. And then after this project, we have been contacted by the local authorities in order to work on Jinan mines. The project I was showing was completely at the west of the city. So Jinan mine are at the east where you see the red spot. And Jinan mine, this is the site where we have visited, started operating in 1957 with the 5 years, one of the first 5 years plan of Mao Zedong. So these mines were being operating until the early 21st century. And then, of course, as the span of the site is about 200 hectares, the mines developed 35 kilometers of, let us say, underground galleries, and the whole space is about 400,000 cubic meters of space. So the idea was to do with that. And they invited us to propose a touristic, leisure, and cultural project featuring, of course, a museum that will tell the story of the site. So here you can see how is the site. So by the moment, it's not operating at all. So here we have the head frame that is a very important signal of the place. And you can see how the tunnels can still be visited from this place. Here it's its location in the city. So the city is built over it, but as they are reconsidering completely remaster planning this area, the spots that you can see highlighted on this plan, and you can see also the network of underground gallery, is to become this project devoted to tourism and to culture as well. So the project will feature 3 entities: the Museum of the Mine, which will start with the head frames that I have shown and the sites that we are visiting. Then we'll have the funicular entrance that will be with an inclined shaft existing inclined shaft of the mine. And then we will visit the mines. It means the most important part of the mine are on this part that you can see here. And we will develop at the different layers underground the project. So these are the 3 entities that I was describing. So our idea for the project, as I was telling in the introduction, is to excavate. It means we would like to continue this very archetypical way of constructing, let us say, which is deducting. It's been building spaces rather than building volumes. And here you can see a section on what's happening, just to let you understand. So you have the museum, which is the squarish volume at ground. Then you have the funicular that you are going to implement to reach the bottom level of the galleries. And then we have the inverted skyscraper, which will feature a mixed-use structure, taking the day from its upper part. Voila. So this is the way that we wanted to design this project. No protrusion above ground, working on excavation in order to obtain this result. It means we keep the land completely virgin, and all is about bringing daylight to what is it's already ventilated. Everything is well ventilated. Of course, it has to be revisited somehow, but we have really to make sure that some daylight will allow bringing a new life in these spaces and make them very nice to visit, but also to be a hotel or an office. So I will start first to show you the museum and how it would have been with the funicular access. So this is the mine museum. So we have decided it's at level, it will reach level 240. So you will see this sketch in my presentation that will show you where we are. So the ground, it will span from the ground floor and reach level minus 240 meter. And the museum, the mine museum, is completely elevated from the ground. It means what we decided is not to touch the ground. Here we are not excavating for the museum because it will be the interpretation center of the whole site, and the museum by itself will be like this. Here you can see how it leaves completely the ground open. You can discover all the structures that are existing, and it will recall the history of the place and the history of this industry that is very much related to the steel industry in the region. And here you can discover the whole layout of the existing building through these galleries. So the architecture of the museum is very simple, and from this architecture we can reach the complex underground that we have starting with this yellow part that is completely reachable from the head frame. And then from this, we can go to explore, the intricate mine galleries that you have seen on the first slide. So this is the atmosphere that we will have after having visited the museum. Then we have another mean to reach the core of these mines, the different galleries, is by this funicular entrance that provide an alternative. The funicular entrance will take its place in a place facing the museum, as you can see. And then from this gallery, we continue with a funicular to reach the bottom part of the mixed-use inverted tower. So people will circulate in these type of devices. Of course, in order to convince our client, we have shown him several references that already exist and are successful, and invited him to go and visit by himself in order to see how his future museum will work. And then the funicular will reach what we call the inverted tower or the park and vertical garden city. And here we are reaching to the minus 240 meter of the mine, of the level of the mines. And you will see how this inverted tower will work. So we have an opening which is more than 120 meters that allows, thanks to this section that you can see here, to organize on the left part the hotel rooms, and on the right side we have a mixed use that offers leisure, offices and commercial, and also we have restaurants that I will show a little bit later. It can be or cannot be covered by a dome. What I have to say about the climate in Jinan, it's very important also to say that, is that it's very, very cold in winter and it's hot in summer. So using this type of shaded and even warm space is a sustainable attitude, and also we are not building additional buildings. It's just using what exists and what is offered by the place. So here you can see how this inverted skyscraper can reach two main platforms of the mines that are visited, easy to visit by people, because we'll create activities in these areas. So then we have the solution with the dome, okay? And this is the restaurant. So the restaurant will fly over, the panoramic restaurant, over this opening of 120 meters. So the panoramic restaurant will allow linking one part of the hotel to the offices on the other part, and also create like an animated place for people. So this is the atmosphere of the restaurant that we can have, really having this idea of flying. So it's really the counterpoint of the galleries, because here we are really detached from any materiality, and it's really like a completely glazed bridge. And then we reach some part which are more material in order to create a contrast. Here we have some images, reference images, that can show how could be the atmosphere of this type of restaurant, part of it completely glazed and part of it completely introverted. Then we can arrive at a level, typical level, let us say minus 80 meters. We continue going down to see how will be the view when we are at this level. So this is what we will have. So the daylight is still very good. And then we can have also, you see, like the hotel and the atmosphere that we have. And then at level minus 200, we have the fitness and sports center. So here, what we are doing is that we are using the warm water, because we are really very deep in the ground and the water is very warm, and we can have what you have in Budapest. It means you don't need to warm it up, and it's really very nice to use it. So you see how our philosophy was always to associate a place where people would like to go, and then from this place they can visit the mines. So here, this level, this minus 200 platform, which is one of the main platforms of the mine, is associated to the spa and wellness. And still here, you can have a view of what you can see, how the sky will be from this level. So this is the type of sport and wellness activity that we'll have in this level. So this is the wellness center, bath and spa. Sorry, it's even lower. And then we have here also more water. This is the warm water that we are using. And we can explore by swimming all the galleries that are offered at this level, minus 240. Voila. So this is the atmosphere that we'll be happy to have. You can see here. And we have, like, again, some reference to show that it works and people can feel comfortable in this type of space already. The human experience can be great there. At level minus 300, we have an underground farm with a hydroelectricity power station, and it's a hydroponic farm, of course, with fish farming. And this farm, just trying to show how it could be. So here, like, we become in a more technical part. People can visit, but not in the same number of the upper floors. Voila. And then to finish, at minus 360 meters, we have the data center and storage. And here we are using really every cubic square meter, every cubic meter of these galleries. Okay, so this is the data center. And thank you very much. So this project with this magnitude was not done. That's why we are talking about it. But nevertheless, Jinan are starting doing something. So as our project was phased, it happens sometimes that projects that are unbuilt, once they are completely designed, come back to life by fragments. And then, after all, with the time changing, it will not be exactly this project, but it will have something of the exploration that we have provided in this project. Thank you very much.